Ladies, I'm here on the channel, and I'm here to talk about the NBA news. A lot of news actually today, ladies and gentlemen. A few stories from over the last day. A few of these are from today. A few from from the last like 2 days. So, first thing I want to talk about right quick, just probably briefly go over the Miami Heat, Milwaukee Bucks, and Phoenix Suns. They tried to trade for Eric Gordon before the 2022 NBA draft, and either one of these teams could have liked to add an Eric Gordon. Maybe the Suns, maybe to get some scoring off the bench, maybe. But the Bucks could use like Eric Gordon because they could start him really because he's better at this point than Wesley Matthews, who they start. George Hill. I mean, it's a better maybe a better fit for the Bucks, but I could see him probably. I could maybe have seen him against the Miami Heat, but I mean they have a lot of guards, so I don't know if he'd play. But I mean he'd definitely play over Duncan Robinson. So either one of these teams, I think, could have added an Eric Gordon to their team. But yeah, Darvin Ham, he's basically talking about Russell Westbrook. He says he's been counted out prematurely, and he'll start at point guard for the Lakers, obviously, because who else is going to start at point guard? Kendrick Nunn, and he hasn't played in forever. But I'm not going to count out Russell Westbrook yet, but I don't see him getting any better for the Lakers. He's just not a good fit with that team. I just don't see him getting any better at this point in his career with the Lakers, man. I just don't see it getting any better. Maybe he'll be better this year. Maybe I'll be wrong, but I just don't see Russell Westbrook getting any better with the Lakers. Maybe he'll have some good games here and there. He's just not a good fit with the Lakers. He'd probably fit better on another team. I just don't think he fits this team very well. And the Lakers have like the same roster this year than what they had last year, pretty much. Except they added Thomas Bryant, a center. They had, who else? JTA. I mean, he has good hustle, but he's not that great of a player. They got Troy Brown Jr. Their team's going to be really the same besides those few players they added. So Russell Westbrook, I just don't see him getting any better with the Lakers, and that team's just going to be mid. But next thing I want to talk about is Donovan Mitchell is unlikely to request a trade per Brian Windhorst. Brian Windhorst has been on it this offseason. He got it right with Utah. I think with Kyrie Irving that he wanted out. So I think Donovan Mitchell's gonna stay. They were either gonna have to trade Rudy Gobert or Donovan Mitchell. I think they pretty much made their choice and traded Rudy Gobert away. Got a lot back. And now they're going to build around Donovan Mitchell with those future draft picks. They may not be good to start off, but they'll be good for the future because they'll have all those first round draft picks. So they got to build around Donovan Mitchell. They're all-star shooting guard. Like I said, they might not be good these next few seasons, but they'll definitely be good for the future with like those 5 first round draft picks. So good choice not to request a trade because they're gonna be you want to be the star, you want to be the superstar, you want the team to build around you. So I think they'll be able to do that. The Warriors actually picked up Mac McClung from the Lakers Summer League squad. Yeah, Mac McClung, I remember him playing Georgetown in flashy dunks, but he does more besides just dunk. He's actually really good. A scrappy defender, has hops, obviously. Maybe that's why the Warriors got him, because maybe a Gary Payton second replacement, but I don't know. It's just the Warriors have such a good front office, good, they can develop players. And the Warriors just have a better front office, better just coaching staff than the Lakers do. The Lakers, of course, they weren't going to keep Mac McClung. He's just too good for them to keep. So the Warriors snatched him up. So, good pickup. Next thing I'll talk about right quick is Devontae Graham, I believe, at the Pelicans. He was arrested and charged Thursday with driving while intoxicated, DWI, driving while intoxicated. So, it's third NBA player in the last 30 days arrested, ladies and gentlemen. 2 Hornets players and 1 from the Pelicans. Miles Bridges, Montrezl Harrell, and now Devontae Graham. What's with these NBA players throwing away millions of dollars, ladies and gentlemen? If I'm getting millions and millions of dollars, whew, I'm not gonna just get in a car and just drive while I'm intoxicated. I'm not throwing away all that money just to you're throwing all that money away just to go to jail. Pendejo face for Devontae Graham. Last thing I'll talk about, this is actually just came out like 3-4 hours ago. That the Brooklyn Nets asked for the Minnesota Timberwolves for Karl-Anthony Towns, Anthony Edwards, and 4 draft picks in exchange for Kevin Durant. Pendejo face for the Brooklyn Nets, ladies and gentlemen. What are they thinking? Did they really think the Timberwolves were going to say yes to this? Did they really think the Timberwolves were going to trade away basically two of their best players just to get a 34-year-old Kevin Durant? And 4 draft picks as well? Like, what are the Brooklyn Nets thinking? Like, of course the Timberwolves are going to say no. Anthony Edwards is going to break out probably next season for the Timberwolves. Karl-Anthony Towns is coming off an all-star year. They're not going to trade their 2 stars for a 34-year-old Kevin Durant. They're not trading their 2 young stars just to get an old Kevin Durant. I mean, Kevin Durant's still good, don't get me wrong, but still. If it was me, I'm keeping my young stars instead of trying to get Kevin Durant. But in the trade talks for Kevin Durant, there's like a bidding war, but it's not as hot as the Nets thought it was. They thought a lot of teams would probably offer something, but that's not really the case. Brian Windhorst, I think it was per Brian Windhorst, the trade bidding war is not as hot as they thought it would be. A lot of teams will be offering, but they're not. The trade talks have kind of cooled down as of now. So I'm not expecting Kevin Durant trade anytime soon. The Kyrie Irving trade probably could happen. Maybe not this year, maybe next year. Not this offseason, but next offseason we'll see. But that's the latest on Kevin Durant, ladies and gentlemen. That's all to say for the NBA. Dodger recap tonight. They start a series against the Cubs. So that's all to say, ladies and gentlemen. Until next time, Malcolm. I thank you for watching.